Hello friends, welcome back to virtual session of JSP. In today's session, we are going to discuss about MVC architecture. Now, MVC architecture, where M stands for module, V stands for view, and C stands for controller. MVC, module, view, and control. Right. So now, before understanding MVC, first of all, we need to understand the term. What is mean by module means? Right. As you know that while designing a system, we need to identify various subsystems involved in it. So what we need to do, we need to identify the modules in the system, right? And that all the modules we need to firstly identify, and then we need to define them, right? I'll be explaining you by example how modules can be defined. So modules means subsystems involved in the system, right? Module itself is a system, but it's a part of one another system, and hence we are saying it's a subsystem. Then what is view means? View means, let us understand your input and output means to these modules having certain objectives to be achieved. So view means while giving input to the system, while getting the desired output from the system, the interface, the UI, where by using which we can make the input to the system as well as we'll get the output from the systems. For that purpose, for that reason, whatever interface we design, and that is called as your view state, right? And the third one is your controller. To achieve the objectives what we define in the module, we need a library to achieve it. So that library which is responsible for achieving objectives is nothing but your module, right? This is just elementary discussion about MVC architecture. In today's software development, we need to follow the architecture of module, view, and control. Cumulatively, it is called as MVC architecture. As I just recently explained, M stands for module. It means we have to identify how many subsystems involved in that particular system. Obviously, you are designing a software, means actually you are designing a system. So in that system, how many subsystems involved, that are called as the modules. And to achieve the objectives of that all the modules, we need to define the views. That view stands for an user interface. And this interface, just like from where by using which we can input the data, we'll get the output of the data output, and that is called as view. And C means to achieve this all the stuff, right? Because view means input output and module means actually the subsystem, but actually C, controller, is responsible for achieving that all the objectives. Now let us understand this all MVC architecture, why we need this MVC architecture considering one system. Now let us understand that you have a restaurant as a system. As we know that people used to go to the restaurant to have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Restaurant system responsible for serving them the quality food. Now, just identify in that restaurant system what are the various modules or subsystems involved. In the restaurant system, the main modules involved that are called as reception, Now reception means what are the responsibilities reception has to perform? They will welcome the guest or the consumer. They will look after their setting arrangement. After that, they will take the order from that consumer, right? They will process the bill of that particular order and take the payment. So these are the mainly responsibilities of a reception. Then the next model will be, let us say, the kitchen. Obviously, if you are defining a restaurant systems, the main model is your kitchen. What kitchen model has to do? It has to process that order. It means whatever the order given by the consumer, that order need to be processed within time limit and responsibility to serve the quality food. And the next model will be the serve module. Whatever the outcome of the kitchen module, obvious it is the food that you need to serve it to the consumer. So just like we are assuming restaurant as a system, there we divide into the three main modules, and that modules were reception, kitchen and serve. Now where the MVC will play a role. Now let us understand that in this restaurant system only one consumer is coming at a time. Now if only one consumer is coming at a time, these all the modules reception, kitchen, serve can be performed by a single person. So restaurant owner decides that I will not hire any other servants or I will not hire any other employees and I will perform all the stuff. It means whenever the consumer comes in the restaurant, then he is responsible for welcoming him, allocating him a seat, take the order, then he will go to the kitchen, process that order, he will serve that order to the consumer, generate the bill and everything. So if only one user is visiting to the restaurant, then one person can easily able to perform that task. But just imagine if the user request is more. Let us understand that now there is 10 users came at a time in the restaurant. Now here the problem starts, because now a single person, that restaurant owner who is responsible for the modules called as reception, kitchen and serve, he cannot able to perform all the duties at a time, and hence it become a mess. In the similar manner, if you are developing and coding for a particular software, if you think that everything I can code in a single page, let us understand your consumer is your request page and restaurant system is the response page. Now on the response page, if you add all the coding of billing, welcoming, setting arrangement, processing, serve, everything, then what he will do? Your code become a complexible code, unmanaged code, and you can't able to, if the code is unmanaged, it means you can't able to perform updates, because if you are designing a system, it doesn't mean that is the last and final systems. You have to define its various versions. Probably every interval, after every interval, the new enhancements are going to occur in the systems, and whenever you are planning to go for new versions, you will find the difficulties to update the system. So instead of writing everything on the response page, that like in the up till now, whatever the examples we discussed in JSP, we develop a request form, we accept the data, we process the data, we develop the response there and there only in the response page. But now I am recommending not to do that. What you need to do, you need to divide everything. Means like whenever a request form is there, request form will post the data to the controller page. In the controller page, Means like here is the request form. The request from the request form goes to the controller page. Now controller page will, there we need to define the two packages called as BAL. BAL stand for business access layer, and another package is called as data access layer. So whatever request, as you are developing web application, you are getting n number of requests from various users at a time, right? So if you try to perform everything on the controller page, means accepting the user's request, processing the data, as well as managing the database also, so it become a very complexible code. If the task is very simple, then it's easy to perform. Just like as I said, in the restaurant system only one consumer is coming, so probably the owner don't have to hire any other employees. He can welcome that consumer, he can take care of its sitting arrangements, he can process the food, serve the food, everything, and look after the billing as well. But in case of web, it's rarely going to happen that only one user can request to the web server at a time. As web clients are requesting for the server from the remote locations, the chances are n number of users are connecting to the web server. In such situations, as a Java developer, what we need to do, for every request form, we have to develop a controller. Now this controller is responsible, it's just like your reception sort of, right? It is responsible for just like accept the request and then diversify that request to the, if there is any logical processing, then it has to be performed by the BAL, and if there is anything related to the data related things over there, it has to be processed by the DAL. Now this BAL and DAL section, business access layer and data access layer section, will be responsible for processing the data as well as managing the database. So this is your controllers, right? And after that this entire data will be stored into the server's database server, right? So by using this MVC architecture, we have to split the things into the various sections. You have a request form, you have a controller page, you have a BAL, stand for business access layer, you have a DAL, stand for data access layer, and this everything will be managed in the data server. So hope you get something correct about MVC architecture or something about the MVC architecture. In my today's session, it is entirely dedicated for this MVC architecture. Means it's a programming architecture. While designing the systems, we need to identify the subsystems, we need to define the views, and then we have to define the controller. For understanding this entire MVC architecture, if you understand the concept of this restaurant system, probably it will help you out to understand the MVC architecture well in the coding, right? So now, after understanding MVC architecture and its utilities, why we need this MVC architecture, because it will reduce the code complexity. At the same time, the code become organized. At the same time, it will even enhance the processing complexity as well. Processing time it will reduce because everything is disintegrated. BAL section is responsible for entire data processing, and DAL sections deals with the database. And so the controller page will not become a heavyweight. It will just accept all the requests at a unit time, get the data format, and pass it on to the requested modules to process it. And in this way, your MVC architecture provides the various advantages for user to manage the code over here. Let us understand this MVC architecture using code references. Now here, I develop a project by the name of MVC demo. There I am developing it for generating an item bill, and I followed entire MVC architecture approach for the coding of this item bill. Now we'll be discussing about each and everything, how the module, control, view is managed. But first of all, let us go for the execution. I will run this MVC demo project over here. Once I execute this code, entire project, as you know, it will give a call to by default index.html, the startup page of the project. So the first thing, I need to define a view for inputting a data to the server. Now here, after executing the code, I'll get the result like this. It will ask me to enter the name of the item, then the quantity what I want to purchase, and the unit price of it. Let us say I am going to buy a notebook and I am expecting a quantity of 15, and I want to the unit price will be the 65 rupees. I am inputting this data. I want to buy a notebook, like I need a quantity of 15 numbers, and then the unit price means price for one will be 65 rupees. If I submit this data to the server, after submission, the data goes to the controller page and it will prompt me that data inserted, means successfully the data get inserted into database, and it will populate all the data available in the database. Now here fifth entry is my entry, that is notebook with the unit price 65, quantity 15. So the price evaluated, that is 975. I get the discount of 48.75, and the net price it evaluates after reducing discount, that will be 926.25 rupees. Means my item bill project is able to evaluate the bill for the item. Now today's topic is not to not to just process the data and store it in database, but how this entire system, billing system, need to be divided into the MVC architecture. So for this reason, first of all, I need to design the view state, that is how to input the data. For inputting data, I am just defining a like your index.html, where form will be the I am developing a bill form name equal to bill, action equal to bill control.jsp. Means I am going to send this bill control.jsp is my controller, and I am going to post the data to it. So I am having a table where all the fields, item name, unit price, quantity, and the submit button is there. Right? We already studied how to design the forms in HTML. So by using forms in HTML, I will design the request form, which will post the data, accepted data, to the bill controller.jsp. Right? So after getting input from the user, the data will be posted to the bill control.jsp. Now let's go to the bill control.jsp. Now up till now in the prior examples, what we did, we accept the data from the request page, and the processing logic we were writing on the same page. As I just recently explained, if everything means data processing as well as database processing, if every logic means you are performing price, discount, net price, as well as you are inserting data, you are fetching data from the database, if everything every possible code, whatever I am talking about, the referring to the item bill, If you write everything in the same page, so that page will become a heavy weight. In the sense, it will take a lot of time to load. At the same time, it occupies memory, processing speed will be more, right? And the code complexity also need to be increases. As we know very well, as a developer, we always need to think about the complexities. Three main complexities we need to deal with, that is code complexity, time complexity, as well as your processing, like you need to deal with the code complexity as well. Means code should be not be complicated enough. It should be a simple one. So for achieving this, all the better complexible solution, it's always better to disintegrate the things. Means controller is responsible for just accepting the request from the user, accept the data from the user, and diversify this request to the modules. For this reason, what I am going to do, I am developing my own packages over here. So I developed the two packages called as, how to add the package, go to the source package, right click on it, and new Java package. So here I define a first package called as BAL, right? And in that BAL package, I wrote a class, package BAL, and wrote a class called as item bill. Now this item bill public class will have a private data, item name, unit price, quantity, price, discount, and net price. From the controller page, I am going to give a call to the parameterized considerer, where so item bill IB equal to new item bill, and item name, unit quantity, and unit price, which I am accepting from the user, I'll be pass it on to the considerer of the item bill. Now item bill is a class which is actually available in the BAL package. So on the top, I need to import that BAL.star. Now BAL.star means all the classes belong to BAL package will be imported in the controller page. So here the considerer of the item bill will get initialized by the private data, item name, quantity, and unit price. So this item bill considerer will be initialized. After that, I am having a method called as price compute, which will compute the price by using the formula unit price into quantity equal to price and return that price. Then I am having another formula for computing discount, which will evaluate the 5% discount of the set of the computed price and return the discount. And I am having a net price compute, which will price minus discount will be the net price will be written up. So what I did, I developed a package called as BAL. In the public class of item bill, I define a constructor, I define various methods which are responsible for processing data, and then from the controller page, once I accept the data from the user, for the data processing reason, I created an instance of item bill and refer to the methods for computing price, computing discount, and computing net price. And these all values of price, discount, and net price I hold in the local variables, right? After that, means my two tasks are performed. I read the data from the user, and then I process that whatever output I am expecting again in the view. I process that data. Now the one thing that is still remain, that is that accepted data and the manipulated result. Now we need to divert into the database, and for this reason I had designed a package called as DAL. I already explained. DAL stands for Data Access Layer. All the classes which are responsible for managing database need to be stored in that. So in the DAL package, I wrote a class, public class called as DP Connect. Now DB Connect is responsible for handling all the database operations. So I'm importing the package called as java.sql.star. Now here I wrote a public query because in the DB Connect I am required a query to process, insert into select star, conditional filtering and all. So I build a I had considered a variable called as QRY for the query. Then, as we all already know, in the JDBC, to perform database operation, three main classes are responsible, that are connection, which is responsible for establishing connectivity, statement, which is responsible for processing the query on the established connection, and the third is a result set. Result set is responsible for holding the result of the process query. So in the DAL section, I am in the DAL package. In the DAL section, I am having a public class called as DB Connect. So in the constructor of DB Connect, I am writing a code for establishing a connectivity. So once the constructor of a DB Connect get called, so the MS SQL Server driver get initialized, and then con will be initialized by that. I had specified over here the database name and the root ID and the password. And as we already know about how we can establish the connection, so that connectivity code, only the code which is responsible for connectivity, I wrote in the constructor of DB Connect. After that, I wrote a method called as insert data. Now it's all user defined methods. This DAL package, BAL package, the classes, item bill, DB Connect, these are all user defined classes. So I built a library. Means what I did to achieve the objectives of item bill, I split that entire logic. I develop a package called as BAL, which is responsible for all the data processing, and I develop a package called as DAL, which is responsible for all the database processing. In this manner, we can able to justify the MVC architecture. Now here, st equal to quad.create statement and then st.execute query. The query will be executed and the data will be get inserted into database. Now let's go to the controller again. Now in the controller page, after accepting the data, after processing the data, now it's time arrives to manage that all the things on the database. So what I will need to do, I need to import the package dal.star, and then here create an instance of DB Connect, DC equal to new DB Connect. Once you create the object of DB Connect, connectivity get established, and once the connectivity will establish, you have to build a query. In a DB Connect class, there is a public string called as query. So you build a query over here which you want to process on the established connection. So dc.query equals to insert into the table name, right? Then you specify all the fields, item name, unit price, quantity, price, discount, net price, and you input all the values over here. As you already aware about the syntax of insert into table name, the fields and the values. If the values are in the string type, then you have to enclose in a single quote, double quote, and if the values are in the numeric fields, then it has to be enclosed in the double quotes. In this manner, you build your query and then you give a call to the insert data. Now just insert data method will execute that query and return the string message, that is data inserted. So here in the bill controller, out.println means you are printing that string, data inserted string over here. Means up to this, it will establish the connection and insert the data into the database. Now try to understand one thing. We accept the data from the user, we process the data using BAL. Now we able to insert the data into the database. As this insert data method is inserting the data and giving me the string in the return, that data inserted. So that message data inserted will be printed over here. Now the next task will be, I have to list out all the data which is available in the database. So I build a query called as select star from item bill, and then DC is the object of DB Connect, dc.display data. Now this display data method will execute that query and generate the RS result set, and that RS will be returned. So this RS return will be assigned to the local result set, and then obviously that all the records which are available in the item bill will be assigned to RS. Now to print that all the records, I need to develop a dynamic table. So here is a table with the heading item bill, right? And then we have the column serial number, item name, unit price, quantity, price, discount, and net price. And after that, I process the loop while rs.next, whatever the number of records available in the database, I am going to print it over here. rs.get integer 1, serial number, item name, unit price, quantity, price, discount, net price, that all will be printed. And in this manner, dynamic loop will be generated with for all the rows available in the database, and dynamic table is going to produce over here, right? So again, as to perform the item bill, basically, first of all, the view we develop, that is for inputting data. Then we define the controller. Now the role of controller is to accept the data and then refer to the BAL and DAL. BAL having the class called as item bill, which is responsible for processing the bill, and DAL having DAL package called having a class called as dbconnect, which is responsible for processing the database. So in this manner, that all the as I said, in the MVC architecture, we have to divide into the modules, views, and control. So item bill, dbconnect, these are the controllers, right? These are actually the library which is responsible for processing the data as well as processing the database required for the item bill over there. Then this your bill control is actually controls will accept the data and diversify that data to the item bill as well as dbconnect. And index.html will accept the request from the user, right, and then submit that data to the controller, right? So I'm giving you all these codes related to the interface for inputting data, the controller page, developing the package for BAL and DAL, and then how we manage the database as well. Here in this particular project, I develop a database by the name of TestAxiom, and there I am having a table called as item bill. Now item bill table having the fields, that is serial number, item name, unit price, quantity, price, discount, and net price. Means while developing this project, I define a database that is called a TestAxiom. Inside that, I create a table by the name of item bill, and then I had developed the request form, right? Then I develop a controller.jsp. That request form posted data will be passed on to the bill control.jsp, and then bill control.jsp refer to the BAL and DAL sections, and in this manner the entire item bill system can be designed over there. Hope you understand the basics of MVC architecture, right? Because here, why MVC architecture, what is MVC, whatever the simple projects you are going to solve, now you need to divide into the DAL, BAL section. You have to, like every request form, have a one controller, and this controller will diversify the request of data posting or database processing to the DAL, BAL package. And in this manner, by distributing the logic, application logic, data logic, right, you can able to justify the MVC architecture. Hope you understand everything about the MVC and the coding as well. I am giving these all the codes to refer and perform all the stuff to understand the programming using MVC. Okay, thank you.